job.
So we thought, no big deal. We'll just go knock on some neighbors' doors and ask to borrow their electricity.
Hi.
Hi.
We're fixing the house next door, and we don't have any electricity. I was wondering if we
No.
could. No.
No comprendo, no inglés.
Maybe get some electricity.
No inglés.
Plug it in, run across the
Okay.
street.
No.
All right. That was a bust. What's the big deal? Back in Texas, you can just go ask your neighbor to plug right into their house.
So after striking out with all the neighbors, we thought maybe the restaurant next door will be willing to help us out.
Really need it, man. Just show me your electric bill at the end of the month. Maybe we can just split it.
I don't know. Do you have to know right now, or?
As soon as possible. I got guys just sitting there waiting in the house doing nothing.
Sure.
Good work.
It's week 10 of a flip that was supposed to last 8, and Johnny Mac has spent 50 grand of his $60,000 budget. Over the next week, the plumbing and painting are completed, the bathroom walls are epoxied, and the kitchen cabinets are installed. But he's more excited to see his new tile.
They laid the kitchen tile yesterday. I can't wait to see what it looks like. Oh, yeah. This looks good.
Yep, I like it. I like it.
They're not finished, though. So I called the tile guy to find out why the floor wasn't finished.
Not only is the floor not finished, there's a bigger problem. The type of tile has been discontinued and cannot be found anywhere.
So we gotta get all new tile. These guys totally screwed me.
Trouble with the tile spells more trouble for his timeline.
If I have to do it all over again, it's gonna take at least another 3, 4, 5 days. You know, this is ridiculous. Who doesn't check to see if they have enough tile?
Retiling the kitchen floor will take at least a week, but reinforcing the foundation for the back room is first and foremost on his mind. So once again, he turns to his favorite resource.
I went through the phone book and found a small family company to fix the foundation problem on my unpermitted room. But there was a little problem. I had to translate through his 10-year-old son. I need 12 inches of concrete underneath the whole thing. 12 inches, 1 feet, 1 foot. Oh, so hopefully this will work out okay for me. Just digging out all that stuff underground and hopefully keeping that thing from caving in.
But the workers aren't the only ones digging.
All right, let's get started.
Johnny Mac has to unearth $1,300 from his busted budget.
I feel a whole lot better now.
But $1,300 won't foot the bill for what's happened the next morning.
The back room literally fell off the house.
How did it fall?
I don't know. We just came.
Can they fix it?
Se lo pueden arreglar. He said, yeah.
I've got to translate through the little guy, the 10-year-old, and then everything was just lost. Yeah, how long is it gonna take?
¿Cuánto?
2 días.
Like 2 days?
2 days?
That's 2 days too long, so he contacted a carpenter.
That's when I called Mike. Dude, I need to get over here and tell me how we're supposed to fix it. Come give me a hand here.
Tell them not to wire that up just yet. There's 2 brick piles that are holding up the outside edge. You have to dig out later.
The room I'm trying to get permitted is about to just fall off the house. You know, all I can see is just dollar signs rolling through my head. This is a big disaster, and it's gonna cost me.
Coming up, the inspector has the final word on Johnny Mac's unpermitted room.
If she says no, I should just pack up my stuff and head back to Texas.
And later, Kirsten comments on his 21st century kitchen in his 1920s house.
There was existing value here that was in keeping with the character of the house.
It was supposed to be an 8-week renovation for first-time flipper Johnny Mack. Instead, he has been plagued with permit problems that have nearly doubled his timeline and busted his budget.
Busting my balls on this.
After the foundation collapsed, workers have been scurrying to stabilize and reinforce the footings on the back room, costing him an unexpected $3,000. Now, at week 13, Johnny Mack is $5,000 over his $60,000 budget.
The field inspector's coming by to make a final decision on the back room. If she says no, I should just pack up my stuff and head back to Texas, because flipping in LA is not for me. I spent so much time and money on that room. Thank God she approved it, because I did not have any more time or money to fix it.
With only 12 days until his open house, Johnny Mack still has a lot of work to do.
This is a lot harder than I expected, but things are finally starting to come together.
As the days fly by, the hardwood floors are stained in a rich, dark mahogany color.
Oh, we're almost done.
In the kitchen, the granite countertops are installed and the appliances are put in place. Walls go up and carpet is laid in the infamous back room. With no time to spare, staging finally begins.
Once you sweep the kitchen.
After 16 weeks, doubling his original timeline of 8, the restoration is complete and the transformation is remarkable. Johnny Mack modernized the kitchen with new stainless steel appliances, custom cabinets, granite countertops, and a newly tiled floor. He also demoed the wall to create a pass-through to the dining room. Throughout the house, he restored the damaged hardwood floors, painted the walls, and refurbished the crown molding. In the main bathroom, he chose to epoxy the tile, keep the original floor, and paint. The 3 bedrooms also received a facelift and a fresh coat of paint. Johnny Mack was able to add 200 square feet to the house by permitting and bringing the back room up to code. Outside, he painted the exterior of the house and garage unit, and he added a sprinkler system and sod to the front yard. Johnny Mack paid $350,000 for the house 4 months ago and ended up spending $67,000 on home improvements and $12,800 on carrying costs. If a buyer will pay his full asking price of $599,000, he will gross nearly $170,000. Now it's time for Kirsten to check things out.
Hey!
Johnny Mack! So the house looks great, but you doubled your timeline.
Yes, I did.
Finally get all those permits in order?
You bet I did.
Well, then it's probably worth it. Will you show me everything?
Absolutely.
So the floors look great, Johnny, but it looks like there's still a little memory of the pets who lived here before you.
Yep, I had to take your advice and use a darker stain.
The good news is that you're distracting your buyers from focusing on this with the great staging in the house. So this space turned out nicely.
Yes, it did.
Permits?
Permits cost me a lot of time and money.
You were pretty confident going in that you were going to be able to get a permit, no problem.
They made it seem that way.
There's nothing like a pesky permit to get in the way of your success in a flip. You went a little demo crazy in the kitchen and replaced everything. I think the only thing that's original are the windows. There was existing value here that was in keeping with the character of the house, and now it's gone. What'd you end up spending on the kitchen?
About $8,000.
You lie like a rug.
I'm not lying, I got a great deal.
Uh-huh.
Okay, maybe about $9,000.
Is this your dream kitchen? Because you're gonna sell it and not get to enjoy it, and I think you could have saved some money and had it in your pocket instead. You didn't spend any money repairing the driveway. This is what sets the tone. It's the first thing your buyers are gonna see.
I think the landscaping looks great, the house looks great. Maybe they'll just overlook the driveway and focus on the house.
Well, I'm hoping that that will be the case, but we'll find out later today if you get some traffic through here.
They'll be here.
So tell me what your list price is.
I have it listed at $599,000.
Oh, that's pretty aggressive for the neighborhood.
With all the time and money I've put into this property, I deserve $599,000.
Confidence is not everything, Johnny. My advice to you would be that if you get an offer, work with it right away. Be willing to negotiate. Don't lose that buyer.
If I'm gonna make this my career, I'm gonna set the bar high, and I'm going for the gold.
You haven't gone down this road before.
I'm gonna fight for $599,000. I mean, this property definitely shows that it's worth it.
Coming up, will the expensive back room seal a sale?
A lot of dedication to this room to get it to look like it does. Probably my favorite room in the house, actually.
Or is Johnny Mac's $599,000 asking price too high?
I would list this house at $545,000.
First-time flipper Johnny Mac has spent the last 16 weeks remodeling this 1920s house in South Los Angeles. He's decided to list his 3-bedroom, 1.5-bathroom home for $599,000. But do local realtors think he can get his asking price?
A lot of people say, oh no, I'm going to modernize this whole bathroom. That's really a mistake because original tile is appreciated. I would list it at $585,000.
Beautiful modern kitchen. I'm just wondering if it's going to fit with this older home. Just a few key issues keeping it from the top of the market, but if I were to list this home, I would list it for $575,000.
I do notice that there are a couple of stains in what is the original hardwood floor. They may have had problems clearing that up. In my professional opinion, I would list this house at $545,000.
Sounds like all the realtors think the house is overpriced. Let's see what Kirsten has to say.
So, Johnny, how was this experience for you?
It's actually been a roller coaster ride. It's ups and downs, physically, emotionally. It's been pretty wild, though.
How do you feel about the result?
I think the results were definitely worth it, but there were some times that just drove me completely bonkers. I was beside myself.
What did you learn from this?
The permits were such a hassle, but looking back, I learned a lot from dealing with those permits, which is a lot that I can carry with me in the future for future flips.
You let the previous owner leave his stuff here forever. I think that delayed your efforts.
I want to be Mr. Nice Guy. Give enough time, get his stuff out of here. It did cost me some time, did cost me some extra money.
Tell me about the financial strain that you're suffering with this house.
I need to sell this house fast. I mean, I haven't been able to generate any income. It's all my time, energy, money, everything's been right here. And I really need to get rid of it as quick as possible.
Comps in the neighborhood are closer to $570,000, so I would encourage you to negotiate any offer that you get.
Right now, I'm thinking full price. I'm not thinking price reduction. I'm ready to make the most out of this property as possible.
Let's just hope that you make some money off of all of your efforts.
If Johnny Mac gets his $599,000 asking price, he'll stand to make a profit of $170,000. But will buyers think the house is worth that much money?
Está muy bonito.
A lot of dedication to this room to get it to look like it does. Probably my favorite room in the house, actually.
It's nice. Another bedroom?
Another bed? Yeah, this is another bedroom.
Donde yo paso tantas horas en la cocina. Me encanta, está preciosa.
Got an automatic sprinkler system put in, all new sod.
Right. And what about the driveway?
I had to kind of balance out my budget and timeline and kind of make everything balance out with the house. And you know, unfortunately, the driveway didn't make it into that equation.
Right, I can tell.
Muy bonito. Oh, sí. Las manchas que veo parece que son de gato, o como orines de gato.
Just kind of hanging out, waiting for some good news, waiting for an offer to come in. Yeah, this is the tough part. My job here is pretty much done. The house is done. I'm just waiting for a buyer. I don't know why I don't have any offers on it yet. My phone should be ringing.
But after 5 days, Johnny Mac gets an offer.
Today is a good day. I just got an offer for $550,000 on the house.
Johnny Mac's asking price was too high for this neighborhood. He decided to take Kirsten's advice and settle for a lower offer of $550,000. But he still turned a profit of $121,000.
$550,000 is lower than I wanted for the house. But I really like the idea that I'm finally done with it, I'm gonna get paid, and I can move on to my next flip. Well, my first flip in California was definitely more than I bargained for. But I'm done, got paid, now I'm ready for whatever else this state has to offer me. I just sold a house. Yeah!